We're on.
What are you really gambling with?
Another massive episode of Hold All Tickets. It's Cox Plate.
It is indeed. Speed map thrown out the window with Globe being withdrawn on Thursday. And we've got a record amount of Self Trumpeter votes this week. It was a big week for the bugle blowers.
And the quiz is back. Can Browny break the duck? And someone's not too happy about getting a little bit of a drive-by.
Coming up now, Hold All Tickets. Welcome to another massive episode of Hold All Tickets, brought to you by Tab. Watch every race live this spring carnival across 4 main channels with the fastest live vision on Sky 1, Sky 2. It's been a wild old week. Kyneton got called off after one race on Tuesday. I got down to Geelong yesterday. We lasted 3 up there and nearly got blown away. Marcus, you're at Breakfast with the Stars.
Yeah, that was good fun. Obviously, it's the last instalment before the new Renos at Moonee Valley, and it was good to see everyone out of the track and great access as well to all the jockeys and trainers that we had a chat to.
And Lamby, there's been a scratching out of the Cox Plate.
Yeah, Globe is gone, so speed maps out the window. And I saw a good tweet actually about the Geelong Cup yesterday. We know how the blogger, Steve Powers, in town, someone wrote to him, not content with stopping every favourite you're back, you've stopped an entire meeting. So he was on track yesterday at Geelong and, lasted 3 or 4 races.
He was out of control. Yeah, I was down there in one of the marquees and the police actually came in and physically removed everyone out.
Dorothy's house almost landed on you.
To you before, I reckon.
Plenty of times. Yeah. This time I went voluntary. But I left all my gear down there. We weren't allowed back into the marquees once we'd been removed to go back and get it. So let's jump straight into the Cox Plate because, as you mentioned, the last Cox Plate at Moonee Valley, not the world's strongest Cox Plate, but there's some champions all the same. The tab market is Via Sistina favoured at $2.25 and rightfully so. Antino $3.90. Treasure the Moment $6.50. Aliana $7.50. Buckaroo $15. Globe out, as you mentioned. Nepotism $21. Attrition $34. And Light Infantryman at the $41 quote. Lammy, how do you see this race unfolding now with Globe being out?
No idea. I think Treasure of the Moment probably leads. Barrier 1, she's raced on speed before. In her 3-year-old season, she generally raced in the top 2 or 3. So I think the lead will be up for grabs, but we might even see a horse like Light Infantryman at big odds be pushed out of the gates to race up there. But yeah, the tempo, it was already looking a little bit muddling even when Globe was in the race, but now I think we'll definitely see an early move from Antino and even Aliana might push forward and inject a bit of speed into the race. But yeah, it's tricky.
Do you think Chris Waller would be disappointed he didn't target Lindemann here with this race, the way that sort of
now I think he would be.
Yeah.
I mean, the track's probably a little bit on the soft side now, but by the time the race rolls around, we should be operating on a good 4. So yeah, it could have been a good opportunity for Lindemann to get into a Cox Plate placing.
Well, champions win, and this has been Via Sistina's grand final the whole way through. I can't back the horse at $2.25 though. I just think it's short enough. It might have egg on my face, a bit like Kaying Rising last week. They get the job done, but I'm with Antino as well, and especially if it can make that early move and hit the front, and was so brave last start in the Turnbull, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought he was the best of the Cox Plate brigade in the Turnbull. He covered the most ground of anything in that race. I thought Via was a little bit flat there, but I guess it's her form this preparation is not vastly different to what she did last spring, and then 4th up in the Cox Plate, she just absolutely exploded. One of the best Cox Plate performances we've ever seen. I'm not saying she's going to repeat the dose this year. The tempo doesn't look anywhere near what it was last year, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 4th up spike. You know, as you mentioned, grand final trainer as well. Chris Waller just seems to get him up for these ones, and J-Mac has an unbelievable recent record in this race. So I think she's still the horse to beat. But Antino, big danger. And now that Globe's out, attrition is one for trifectas and first fours, just getting a soft run on the fence in behind them, and has a good record at the Valley. Couldn't go with them over 1,600 2-back, but enjoyed the step up in trip last time.
Could you throw Nepotism in the first 4? It's lightweight, and on paper, the form doesn't look great, but it hasn't had the best of luck.
It had mixed luck in the Guineas last start. It actually wasn't a bad run, but you'd love to see it race. If it raced in the first 3 or 4, I think it could definitely get into the money, but it's never actually settled in the first half of the field in any of its races. It just has no early speed. So maybe if it's, given a real shove out of the gates and can get forward, it'd be a place chance, but I just think it's one of those horses that's going to get back in a slowly run race, and I'd be betting around nepotism.
Okay. Marcus?
And you don't read too much into the track work. Obviously, it was at Breakfast with the Stars, but Via was looking really fit. Only 3 of them, they ran the clock over the last 400, and it was easily the second and a half ahead of, I believe it was Eliana and Buckaroo that were out there as well.
Didn't dump the jockey this time around. Worked wonders last year.
Yeah, exactly. So I still back Via. I mean, took the absolute PI 55 last year. So
I would love to have seen Waller give it another 2 laps just for good luck like last year.
But tipping Via, but I couldn't have a confident bet in the race now that the tempo is just up in the air. We don't know who's going to lead, what sort of race we're going to get. So I think I'll just sit back and enjoy this one.
Yeah, okay. Well, hard race to have a bet, but yeah, like I said, I'm happy to have something small on Antino. We've got the Group 2 McEwen Stakes as well, which is a cracking race. Charmstone obviously coming off blowing that Group 1 field away. First up, it's your $2.30 favourite, thanks to Tab. Tropicus, who's pretty consistent horse, $4.40. Neonce, $5.50. Bridal Waltz, $8. Vestus, $8.50. And $26 the rest of the field here. Outside of the favourite, which is a really, really good horse, clearly likes the Valley, where are you looking?
It's a far cry from the Cox Plate in terms of tempo. It looks a red-hot speed in this. Tropicus will go forward. I'm not sure he'll be able to cross those drawn close to the fence, though. Jigsaw, Tiger Shark and Clubell all have plenty of early speed. So I think the race sets up nicely for Vestas. In terms of tempo, poorly weighted under the conditions of the race. Like, it's a low handicapper at the moment, but loved its return at Caulfield. Third to She's Bulletproof. It was one of the best runs of the day on a day where it was pretty hard to make ground from back in the field. Zoomed home, had no right to finish as close as she did. Won't be easy giving away a start at the Valley, but I'm just hoping that Malum can keep her out of trouble and not too far off them from barrier 4. But yeah, I think she's got a pretty big future. I'd like to see double figure odds. I think she will drift just because she does look so poorly weighted. But yeah, I think Vestas each way. Hopefully the each way odds hold up. And yeah, Charmstone's clearly the horse to beat. She's much better weighted than Vestas, obviously, and huge win at last start in a tougher race. So yeah, those are the 2 for me. Yeah,
we're in agreement there. Watching the replay of Vestas back second last on a slow tempo and absolutely flew home. Ran the fastest last 400 of the meet, which is good going. So you'd think the Valley would help. They just slingshot around that turn, but you just don't want to get too far back.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that she's not sort of shunted over to the fence.
Yeah.
Because if she can get clear air and make a looping run around them, she's got a pretty wicked turn of foot.
Friday night, we've got the Moonee Valley Gold Cup, and with Geelong getting scratched yesterday, all of a sudden it looked like Gilded Water and changing of the guard might potentially go there. One Smooth Operator definitely is going to run there, the Geelong Cup winner of last year. But we think that both of those 2 horses I mentioned are running today.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the complexion of this race too much.
No, so yeah, I mean, there's a bit of speed out of the race. I guess Gilded Water and Changing of the Guard both would have gone forward. But yeah, they're in the Geelong Cup. Interesting that they've decided to go to the Valley with One Smooth Operator after he won the Geelong Cup last year, but maybe the soft track there. And obviously it's been a bit of a mess around this week with the meeting getting moved. But I'm going with a 9-year-old Browny, Smokin' Romans. I still think he's racing quite well, and he's a really good Valley horse. 2 from 2 over this route. Won the Pakenham Cup over this trip by an absolute space. So but his last run was quite good too. Close up, he was carrying 59 kilos. All the place getters had 53. So he's going well enough to run a cheeky race at each way odds. Yeah, really tough race this one, and if you're looking for some odds, I suppose. Yeah, Braden Star and Smokin' Romans aren't the worst. One Smooth Operator, they're in the market to sell. Did you know it's going to stay here in Australia, not going back to the UK? Interesting. You wonder how much ups it's got. It's had like 53 starts or something. Most of them have been on the synthetic too over there. So might see it on the Ballarat synth in the winter. Someone's trying to sell me a share down at Geelong yesterday. I said no thanks. But yeah, good running of the Moonee Valley Cup, the Group 2, and it's going to be interesting, but they're Smokin' Romans and Braden Star at a bit of a price can both run a drum. There's no doubt about that.
We're on for spring racing. Watch every race live with 4 live channels, plus the fastest vision on Sky 1 and 2. Trials, replays and previews, all on Sky Plus on the Tab app. Tab. We're on.
What are you really gambling with?
Now, you told us during the week that you've been absolutely inundated with Self Trumpeters, so much so that you might have to give 2 lots of 3, 2, 1. Is that the case? What did you land on?
Confirmed.
Oh. Confirmed.
Two sets of 3.
Is that unprecedented?
It is, yeah. And I've left a fair bit on the cutting room floor as well. Matty Campbell, Bubble Cheekers on Twitter, had him in the votes, and I've had to cut him out.
That is a terrible name. That is a terrible Twitter
Bubble
handle.
Cheekers.
Bubble Cheekers. How are we doing this? Are you going 1 and 1, or are you just going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3?
I'm going
again?
1, 1, 2, 2.
Okay,
right,
beautiful. Sit back and relax and enjoy this.
Yep. So 1 vote. Richard Callender. So he took on Karting Rising in the Everest and copped a bit of stick for it. Replying to one punter on X, Richard wrote, "I doubted the champ. He was too good. Luckily, I found 5 others on top at Randwick."
Right.
So 1 vote for Richie. Yeah. 1 vote also for Derek Simons. The UK tipster posted a set that included winners at 150 to 1 and 100 to 1 on the same card.
Wow.
Outrageous tipping. Alex Donnelly gave the bloke a pump up, writing, "You'll never see a better day's tipping than this." And Derek replied with, "Definitely agree there. It beats my Cheltenham ones a few years ago when I had 18 winners from 28 races." Come on, Derek. It's not about you.
Yeah, that's nice. He's obviously tipping the house down, but he's liking to tell everyone.
18 winners. Not bad going. 2 votes. Matt Stewart, the ex-RSN Herald Sun journo. There's a couple of Matt Stewarts getting around in racing. When Sir Delius was withdrawn from the Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup, Matt bemoaned the lack of content from other journos. So he was like, "Where are the quotes?" he cried. So he messaged Gai Waterhouse and then put the text exchange up on Twitter for all to see.
Oh, okay.
So
you need to ask for permission for that, I would have thought.
To put it up on Twitter?
Yeah,
maybe.
Text is sort of considered quite private.
Yeah, possibly. So he wrote, "Seems not one reporter has asked you your reaction to Sir Delius, so I thought I'd ask." Gay replied, "Huge disappointment for owners and everyone who backed him in the Cox Plate." So not exactly groundbreaking stuff. Yep. Matt replied, "Thank you." And then put the exchange. I'm not sure if it was worth posting the exchange to Twitter. It was had a bit of sort of look at me, I know Gay, I text Gay about it.
But you don't want to get on Gay's bad side.
No, you don't.
I thought she'd come off the long run up with that, but she apart from that exchange,
maybe
she hasn't really
that
said
Matt
too
was
much.
going to put it on Twitter as a bit of a self-trumpet. So he gets 2 votes. 2 votes also, Joe Curley. A bounding was a good winner of the last week, and Joe tweeted after the race, "A bounding was a bigger moral today than Karting Rising linebacker and half yours combined. How they bet better than $1.50 is beyond me." Nothing pre-race from Joe. So he obviously gets 2 votes there. And the 2 threes this week. Manny Galagotis gets the first one. Incredible self-insertion from Manny here. After Autumn Mystery won a Group 3 at Caulfield last Saturday, Manny tweeted, "Rory Hunter grew up in Moe." I'm from Moe. That's your line.
I'm from Moe. We do love I'm from Moe.
Grew up in Moe. Worked his way through to train in his own right. Family support and daring to dream. Backing in his ability and gets the big results. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Brings back huge memories with Havastan winning the same race and what it did for our stable. Congratulations. He's made it. It was 2012 when Havastan won it. Manny's done a really good job to make it about him and Havastan. So well done to him. And 3 votes for Stu, beef stew. So under the old voting system, I probably would have given him 20 votes and he would have had this thing sewn up for the season. But just the 3. He went on a trumpeting rampage after Karting Rising won the Everest. I won't read it all out, just a few snippets. Posted a bunch of bet slips, winning bet slips, totaling around 7,000 in winnings. And it was accompanied by a couple of quotes. One of them, "We pulled off the betting heist of a century. Once in a lifetime bet. Multiple thousands were won on the world's best horse to the greatest day of my life." I'm not sure if he's married or has kids, but I don't know if his kids would enjoy reading that. He capped it off by going, he went a bit Mr. Bean. You know that gif where he's in the car and he's giving the middle finger to everyone? He did that. He tagged in multiple punters who dared question Karting Rising in the lead-up. One of them was Glenn Pollitt, quote, "He can't win. Give it up, dinosaur." And to all the other haters and knockers, hope you enjoyed the loss. There's winning graciously and there's winning like Stu.
There's about 5 self-trumpets in that one self-trumpet.
And he potted about 3 or 4 different punters.
Did he?
That's Glenn Pollitt.
Mate, he's blowing the trumpet like Louis Armstrong.
Not
and Dizzy
overly
Gillespie.
gracious from Stu. So he gets the 3. And that's a wrap. For
there
the
you go. That's the best Self Trumpeters of the year, and there's plenty of content.
I might add Maddie Campbell's tweet to the Self Trumpet clip just to see if maybe we'll ask if he should have got maybe.
Right. Okay. Nah, very, very well played. That's great. Keep them coming in because clearly we're building as the spring's building. Also, some great racing up in Sydney. There's Group 1 action at Randwick, and it's the Champion Stakes over the 2,000 metres now. The tab market has Shangri-La Boy at $3.30, Attica $3.90, Within the Law $5. Then you jump out to $15 for Champagne Hero and the rest of the field. The map here is the most important because Shangri-La Boy has drawn 2 and will jump and go forward like it does. And Attica and Within the Law, the 2 main dangers, out wide.
Yep. I think the Pearls will go forward with Shangri-La Boy as well from an inside gate. I don't think Attica will go forward necessarily. I think Within the Law definitely will. Really fit, generally races up on the speed and on the quick backup. So I think they'll roll forward. But yeah, whether it's able to cross Shangri-La Boy, I'm not sure. It might be those two sort of setting the pace and having a look at each other in the early stages.
Yeah, so I think because of that, I'm happy to be on the favourite there. If it can just control the race, going to be very, very hard horse to run down.
Yeah, Randy's Rivals ragged last start and 1,400 to 1,800 last time and did it on his ear. So there's a little bit more pressure in this. So I'm going with Within the Law, who probably will have to do it the hard way outside the leader. But I think it's had 5 runs this prep on the quick back up, so rock hard fit for the step up in distance. And she's coming out of the Group 1 King Charles, where she crossed the line with Fangirl and Pride of Jenny. Like, that's pretty handy form for a race back against her own age group. So I've gone that way, but yeah, I couldn't talk you out of Shangri-La Boy, and Attica was awesome winning last start. It's just a bit of a messy map.
Yep.
I don't mind having a little bit of a dabble in a fancy place here. I don't mind San Giovanni, possibly a great place record, and while the others are battling out, maybe just sneak up there for another one.
Okay.
I think if we wanted to throw another one into the exotics mix, Crusader Voyage, I don't know what odds. I think it was 31 when I checked yesterday. It's still a maiden after 4 starts, but 2004th up, blinkers on first time. It could be one that just spikes in performance with the shades going on.
There you go. There's one at a big price. The $2 million invitation. Now, this is a cracking race over the 1,400 metres, and Miss Rubini is $4.20. Manal, $4.40. A good little battle there at the top of the market for favouritism. Gangster's Granny, it was magnificent winning last start at $5.50. Steffi Magnetica second up for Bjorn Baker, $7. Monte Supreme and $9. So pretty open race this one. I didn't have a firm opinion in this race.
Yeah, it's very tough. There's a fair bit of quality at the top. I'd like to tip Gangster Granny because I just love the name of the horse, but really awkward draw for the Granny. So I've gone with Manal, one of the last couple, impressive winning over this distance last start. Looks perfectly drawn, barrier 5, and Tommy Berry ridden her 4 times for 3 wins and a second, so they obviously have a very nice rapport. Steffi Magnetica is probably the class runner, has to turn around a 3-length margin on Manal from their first up clash, but her Randwick record is unbelievable. Like, she was, her last 2 starts, read a win in the Group 1 Doncaster and a close second to Fangirl in the Queen of the Turf. So
and she probably wasn't fully wound up first up.
I don't think so.
Got back a fair way. And
Yeah, so the distance rise suits her. So, yeah, Manal and Steffi for me. Miss Rubini's going well. Monty Supreme's going really well. So, it's a bit of a dart job, to be honest. This one.
It's a tough race if you're not going great throughout the course of the day. Race 9 doesn't help you get out of jail there to find the winner. Really open race. Black Bookers, and I was really pleased to see a Black Booker that we had a few weeks ago, Pinot Nero, has gone from a maiden, in the back of nowhere up in New South Wales to potentially a Group 1 start.
I think that was your Black Book note as well. You identified it as a maiden, and the note was, we'll see this in the Group 1 Spring Champion in a few weeks' time.
Extraordinary, right?
It's ambitious placement, I would have thought. But yeah,
probably won't get a run, will it? But the fact that
first emergency, so I think it needs a scratching, but it'll be interesting to see whether they go around.
You don't see that too often in 3 starts.
Got to be in the mix.
Yeah, got to be in it to win it.
What are we adding to the Black Book, and are we subtracting any this week?
Yeah, we'll start with the omissions. Compelling Truth is now spelling after an seriously awful run in the Cozzy. We got that one wrong, or I got that one wrong. Plymouth, we got a win out of him this spring, but I don't think we'll get another, so he's gone. But we're adding 2. Deal Done Fast, who was an omen bet.
Sure was. What can I say?
Who went very well. Nice derby trial over 2,000 last Saturday, and I think he's... Look, Observer is the horse to beat in the derby, but if he doesn't go there, I think this guy can run a really nice race. We're getting around $15 with Tab, so Deal Done Fast for the derby, and I think Get a Good Feeling is your Oaks #1 seed at the moment. Really good third behind a couple of very good fillies in Ole Dancer and Apocalyptic last week, so she should appreciate the step up in distance, but they're the 2 that I'm adding.
Beautiful. Nothing for me to add or subtract. So that's the Black Booker for this week. You can sign up for your own Black Book for free with the Punters Lite account. Head to punters.com.au to sign up today. Just before we jump into your segment, Marcus, biggest drive-bys. We don't see too many in the racing world this week, but I just want to get your opinion on what was bigger. Maureen Haggis on Zach Purton for the ride on Lake Forest that she's just opened both barrels up on Zach, world champion jockey, or Donald Trump on Kevin Rudd at the White House the other day when he was...
Trump's was good.
On a global scale as well.
Yeah, on a global scale. I think Maureen trumps him, pardon the pun. Her tee-off was brilliant this morning. She kind of pretended like she didn't even know who Zach Purton was as well, which was a fair clip. But yeah, she said he was instructed to ride hard, get Lake Forest, into a decent position. He needs a bit of riding. Yeah. And he sat there like a big sissy. I haven't had big sissy for a long time.
That's kindergarten words, isn't it? Yeah, I love that.
No, that was brilliant.
As the jockey, you hiding your face, or are you coming back with a...
I reckon he'll pop up. He doesn't mind engaging in a bit of Twitter banter. So I think we'll hear from Zach, which will be good.
That will be good. We like a good little racing Twitter spat.
Yeah. Not sure we'll hear from Kevin Rudd, though.
No, he just sat back and skunked in his chair. Highly embarrassing. I'm surprised he still kept his job, to be honest with you. But we'll jump into the quiz because I forced you to put it away for a few weeks so I could regain my composure.
You've been in the library for 2 weeks.
Do a bit of knowledge, some studying.
You've done some studying and you wanted to get ready for the Cox Plate. So I've got 5 questions here for you boys. I've
studied harder for this than I did my VC.
Either way, probably didn't go well. So, question number 1. Which horse is the only one in Cox Plate history to have completed the Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate, Melbourne Cup treble in the same year?
Round Yog. Mine Power. Nah.
No.
Kingston Town?
No. But I'll give you the multiple choice. Rising Fast, Far Lap, Winks, Kingston Town. Obviously, it's not Kingston Town, so it's one of the other 3.
And it definitely wasn't.
Rising Fast.
Correct. Rising Fast.
That was a
one
guess
up.
too, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Even your guesses are better than mine.
Process of elimination.
We all know Winks has won it on 4 occasions, but which horse has won it on 3 occasions?
Kingston Town.
Yeah.
Kingston Town. 2-0.
I knew I had to answer one of them.
You got to chime in faster there, Browny. Which internationally trained horse became the first to win the Cox Plate in 2014?
Stay to rest?
No.
No. Well then.
Give you a hint. Trained by Aidan O'Brien.
Adelaide.
Thank you,
Adelaide. Correct.
Yeah. But I think once you've had a guess,
sorry.
We'll sit you out for the start of this question.
All right. Yeah,
I get 5 extra seconds. I was at that Cox Plate too, so I should have remembered Adelaide.
All right. What is the name of the only horse to win this race in both the 20th and 21st century?
Sunline.
Sunline is correct.
Yeah,
he's got it.
My favourite horse. I was never getting that wrong.
Oh, I reckon even if Lamby was in here, Brownie still would have got that one.
I wouldn't have got that.
And lastly, which of these trainers has never trained a Cox Plate winner?
Gay Waterhouse.
Gay Waterhouse has.
So,
Gay Waterhouse, Chris Waller, Kieran Maher, or Peter Moonee.
Oh, I would have got this right as well.
Still got a chance.
Peter Moonee.
Yeah.
Peter Moonee.
Damn it.
Is correct. Lamby takes the chocolate
I knew
again.
that. I knew that.
Well, you shouldn't have jumped in with
shouldn't have
Gay
jumped in.
Waterhouse before we
Sir
had
Dragon
you.
A was Kieran Maher. Remember, he got
Yep.
that excited that he thanked his brothers and sisters.
And
he doesn't have any sisters.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? It's one of the great interviews.
That was on a real wet track, wasn't it?
Yeah, during COVID. Oh, well, that's my own fault for losing that quiz because I just,
You get too excited.
Jeez, I know.
it's not just with quizzes in life. I get too excited for, let me tell you. All right, now time for best bets.
Yes, it is. A couple of black bookers that we have, they're not necessarily best bets, but race 10 in Randwick. We got two going around, General Salute and Shadizi. Should have mentioned these before, but forgot. I think General Salute is the one we'd be backing out of those two. Double figure odds or thereabouts, and looks a really hot speed on papers. So General Salute in race 10, that'll be the get out stakes, if you will. But my $100 betting play for this week got a bit funky and fruity last week, so I'm just going to play a straight bat and go $100 the win. Race 4, number 1, Salty Pearl at the Valley on Saturday. On the quick backup from the 1,000 Guineas last Saturday, where she ran really well for 4th. So this looks a much easier race and should be closer in the run from barrier 4.
All right, I've got a two-play strategy. Moonee Valley race 9, number 1, Observer. $70 the win. I think it's even money still. It's just about the bet of the carnival for mine. First up at Sandown, sat 3 wide the trip, still chimed in and looked like the winner, got beaten on that day and then held up terribly
Shocking
in
watch,
the
wasn't
Guineas.
it?
Oh, it was disgusting.
Just
Still,
zigged when he should have zagged.
Yeah.
And if it had even luck, it probably wins.
yeah, I agree. It would have certainly been in the finish. Still hit the line really well for 3rd. I can't see how there's any horse in this field that beats it. Famous last words.
We'll come back next week. And,
Yeah, that's right. And then Moonee Valley race 1, number 7, Beast Mode. This horse has only got 1 speed, and that is just flat out.
Yep.
Won at the Valley pretty convincingly last start on grand final eve, and no reason why I can't do it again. It's around $5. It's going to have a $30 play on that.
Into Observer or just 30 straight?
Nah, just separate
We have a
bets.
double into the bet of the century.
The bet of the century, but we'll make a profit if Beast Mode goes under the $70 on Observer. So
we'll see if any of my own bets this week get into the black book in future. You never know. But we'll start off with a bit of a fun one. I've got a early Halloween party coming up this week, so it's Halloween themed. And
Well, 10.
I got invited. There's going to be some stuff there that's not going to be the 10-year-old Halloween party, but I heard Browny's going to be walking around with a Joker mask, so that'll be fun to see. But Ghost Walker, Randwick race 2, number 2, find that about $9. And I've had to pull up some receipts because you've had a go at me for being about 10 for going to a Halloween party where there's going to be some bevs. Lamby, I believe this is you. Wayne's World. Had to grab this class.
That wasn't Halloween though. That was a 90s theme. Jeez.
Oh, he doesn't mind a bit of dress up though. So
who are you? Just that's there.
That's Garth from Wayne's World.
Yeah,
you've cut out Paul Wayne. I'm like,
I had to get that from the dark corners of Facebook. So that is one of the omens. And then lastly, we got, obviously this is Hold All Tickets, and this horse has got tickets for this show because it's got tickets. Morpheville race 1, number 5, currently the favourite. So that is the last omen.
Very good.
I'm still reeling from your stitch up.
Nice. That ends another great episode of Hold All Tickets. Thanks to Tab. Follow the Hold All Tickets page on Bets Friends to copy all our tips for the weekend and more. Good luck, punters. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you next week.
Tab. We're on.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.